An all Greater Houston area state championship here in the Class 5A softball state finals here in Austin. The Woodlands, the winners in 2011 versus Deer Park, the 2012 state champions. Let's find out how these two teams got here with their semifinal victories here at McCombs Field. Both Deer Park and the Woodlands opened with opponents making their first ever Final Four appearance, and neither faced much of a challenge as they swept out the non-Houston teams from the tournament. The Deer squared off with Lubbock Coronado, who had defeated 4 DFW Metroplex teams to get to Austin, but none of them had pitcher Caitlin Plochek on the roster. She hit a 3-run homer in the opening inning to give Deer Park the lead, then allowed 1 run in just 3 hits over 5 2/3 innings as the Deer put the Mustangs' season to rest 6-1. The Woodlands faced San Antonio Southwest. The Highlanders scored 5 runs in the first inning and were never threatened in a 12-2 victory, the second most runs scored by a 5A team in a Final Four game. The win set up an all-Houston area final for the second time in 3 years. Fans from both sides ready to go. Coaches Richard Jorgensen of the Woodlands and Carrie Ostian of Deer Park met to exchange lineups and pleasantries as one would win his or her second title. Looks like they're ready. Let's play ball. It was Deer Park that came out on fire early while the Highlanders went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. Deer Park took advantage of mistakes in their half of the first. It began with Haley Harrison beating a throw to first. The next batter, Miranda Rodarte, laid down a perfect bunt that third baseman Caitlin Stevanoa couldn't handle. The wild throw into right field scored a run and put Rodarte on third base.
I thought we were ready, we've had the same formula going into the game like we've had, all through the playoffs, and we just had some bad breaks, made a couple mistakes. It took the wind out of ourselves a little bit.
Those mistakes cost the Woodlands dearly. Plochek was next up to bat, and in this title game, she went deep again. This 2-run shot to left gave Deer Park another 3-0 lead after 1.
I was just ready. I wasn't thinking. I was literally just up there doing my thing. It was just perfectly relaxed and just ready to hit the ball.
In the Deer circle, Peyton McBride struck out 5 Highlander batters and threw 107 pitches as the Woodlands had trouble most of the game trying to figure her out.
It gave me more of a boost to keep doing my thing, to keep my teammates up and going, and keep hitting the ball how we are now, or how we were during the game.
As it turned out, the third inning was the deciding set of at-bats that determined the winner. The Woodlands had runners on the corners as their fans were hoping for a rally. The Highlanders attempted a double steal, but it failed. Tyler Galena cut off the throw to second, guns it home to catcher Erica Garcia, who applied the tag to Kayla McCallum for the out. As it turned out, McCallum would have scored later in the inning. That's because Kelsey Leach, batting when the failed steal happened, hit a triple to the left center field wall. 1 run scored, which would have been 2 had the double steal attempt not happened. The team from Conroe ISD failed to bring Leach home as Sydney Salmons grounded out and Stevanoa flew out to end the inning. The Woodlands still trailed by 2 in what would have been a 3-3 game. Deer Park half of the third, and they loaded the bases thanks to 2 singles and a walk. Galena stepped up and cranked a 2-run double to right to make it 5-1 in favor of the Deer.
I just have been hitting not so good, and I just knew I needed to get it out for my team. It was a pretty big hit because we needed to just stay focused and not slack down or anything.
The girls stepped up defensively, but the bats came out again. Plochek was just on fire again, and Devin Hebert's been really big today, and Tyler Galena played some big innings, so it was great.
Pitching change for the team from Montgomery County, but it would not help. 4 batters later, Aaron Edmondson hits a ground ball just past the shortstop into the outfield to score 2 more runs, and it was 7-1 Deer after 3 innings. For the Highlanders, it was the 3rd time in the playoffs they had allowed at least 7 runs in a game. Deer Park fans sensing the pending title, but the Woodlands didn't go quietly. Down 8-1 in the 5th inning, the Highlanders had runners on second and third with 2 outs, but Stevanoa grounded out to second to end the threat.
We just kept telling Peyton, we got your back, we got your back. Even if we made some errors on our defense, who cares? We still had her back, we could still come back and score more runs and everything.
They just play together so well. They're so unselfish, and that's all you ask for those kids.
To the 6th, where the Highlanders loaded the bases again with 1 out but could not score. Amy Harvey grounded into a fielder's choice at home, and Amy Samara fouled out to first base to end the threat.
Once you get to that point, as much as you talk to the girls as a coach, they're trying to do more than they need to, and overswing and things like that, so that, that'll happen.
Believe it or not, the Woodlands loaded the bases again in the 7th inning, but managed just 1 run. McBride gets Brittany Mann to strike out for the final out, and Deer Park wins The Deer with the Deer pile in the pitching circle.
I didn't have any doubt in my mind that we were going to get through that inning and all these innings the rest of the game.
I knew that we had some runs to give, and Peyton knows how to finish.
The Woodlands left 11 runners on base, but Deer Park claimed their second title in 3 years, beating a Houston team in each final. Deer Park players doing their favorite routines after the game, though Austrian looks like she pulled a muscle celebrating. McBride got out of 3 jams the final 3 innings and was named the star and MVP of the title game.
I worked my butt off, honestly, to get that. I worked my butt off, and I knew I wasn't getting myself ready for that and getting that. I was doing my own thing, and just so happened that happened.
The Woodlands players receiving silver medals in what was a great season for the 39-4 Highlanders.
Unbelievable ride. I mean, these girls bought into the program during off season, and you know, every team we lost to this season was a top 10 team. They just outplayed us today, and if it has to go to someone, I'm glad it's going to Houston.
The Golden Trapezoid, though, heading to the southeast Houston area to Deer Park as the Deers celebrate the Class 5A softball title.
Dreams come true, a lot of prayers answered all at one time.
In Austin, Jeff Power, Max Prep Sports, your leader in online high school sports content.